All right, I am Mr. Cook, and welcome to our very first episode here at Room 214 here at Hayes Cade. Y'all are up for a treat. This is our second recording, if y'all know that or not. All right, so when y'all hear this, but it's hilarious. I've been doing production for over 20 some years.
Why?
And yeah, just try shooting a commercial and have to do the commercial. But we have a treat for you where this right basically Room 214, if those don't know, is basically for student voices and also from a geography and civics and world history side of Hayes Cade. So we just finished up International Day, celebrating different countries around the world, in which we had Miss Castro. She was the one that kind of spearheaded that. So today we have a very special guest with us, all the way from Germany. She's an exchange student who has been studying here in Alabama at Shades Valley High School, and she's preparing to head back home on Thursday, so this week. But before she does, we wanted to hear about her experience and what she's learned. This right here is for our interviewer, is basically part two. But like I think to be our very first podcast, I knew, every time you want things to go perfect, it's not going to go perfect. So that's the beautiful thing of, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let our hosts introduce themselves, and I will be basically just enjoying the making sure everything working properly. So I will start off our host, and then we will hear from our guests.
Hello, Hayes Cade. I'm Tyra, and this is
Area.
And we're excited to be talking with our guest today. Yay!
I'm Rosa. I'm from Germany, from right outside Berlin, and I'm really thankful that y'all are having me today. Yeah. And I'm studying in America right now.
What made you decide to become an exchange student?
So that was when I had a conversation with one of my friends, and she was actually like talking to me about like, I want to do an exchange year, but I'm not sure, and like I don't know if my parents would allow it. So yeah, she never ended up doing an exchange year, but I did. So yeah, I was like, well, I like traveling, and so I went home to my parents and I was like, so what do y'all think of like me going to US for a year? And they were like, why not? Well, my mom was a little, what's it called? Like apprehensive? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Sorry. Sometimes my words are just like, I think it's a word, but I don't know if it's a word. But yeah, she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. And my dad was like, yeah, just do whatever, but like stay alive, like.
So, what were your first thoughts when you found out you were coming here to Alabama?
So I actually found out I'm coming to Alabama like not even 24 hours before I stepped on the airplane, which was kind of a surprise. I was when I was waiting for my placement, I was joking with my friends that it would be funny if I'm going to Alabama because the state has a quite interesting image. But yeah, I ended up actually going to Alabama. So when I found out, so my dad called me and he was like, did you already get the email about the placement? And I was like, no, what email? And he was like, well, they just called and they have your placement and they wanted to like send out the email in just a few minutes. And I was like, oh, great. And then he was like, oh, by the way, I told them like to get you out of the country like as soon as possible. You're flying tomorrow. Um, so yeah, it was. I think it was kind of good. So I didn't have like much time to think about too much stuff. Just packed my suitcases and I called one of my friends and she was like, that's great. Let's have lunch today if you have time. And I was like, sure, why not? And so, yeah, I met one of my friends that day. And then, like, the next day at like 4 a.m., I got up. No, I actually got up at like 3 a.m. or so because my dad was like super paranoid that I'm going to miss my flights, which I did end up missing one of my flights. But that was in Chicago. So, yeah.
So let's talk about your school experience. So how was it like at Shades Valley High School?
Shades Valley is pretty cool. Lots of nice people. Well, most people. But I think every school has like some people that are like not so nice. But Shades Valley has lots of nice people. The girl that did my show around on the first day, she was like super nice. And I went to my first football game. Well, not my first football game, but my first football game in America. My first high school game on my first day that I was there, because the girl that did my show around, she was just like, well, are you going to the football game? Because like my friends and I were going, and you can just like sit with us and I can introduce you to everybody. And yeah, so I ended up going to that game, and it was really fun. And one of the friends I met there, his birthday is the same day as my birthday. That was funny. Now we're just like joking around, like, you're my twin. But yeah, and on the first day, I also like already met my best friend here. He's really nice. I met him in my arts class, and it was fun.
What are some biggest difference between your school in Germany and schools here?
One of the biggest difference is probably the schedule. Because here I have like a daily schedule. I have like 5 classes a semester. And so I have the 5 classes every day. And in Germany, it's like a weekly schedule, and I have like 12 classes. So yeah, that's a huge difference. And also the teachers here are like just way more relaxed and a little like less expecting, I guess. 'Cause like in Germany, it's like, oh, y'all got to do the like 10-page assignment in class, and then y'all have like 5 assignments as homework. You got to turn that in tomorrow. And yeah, so it's definitely a little more relaxed here, which is nice.
So, did you join any clubs, sports, or school events while you were at Shades Valley?
I joined theater. We had a play. It was called Monster Calls, and it was really nice. It was tough sometimes because we had like lots and lots of rehearsals. Like actually, I think, no, not every day. I think we had rehearsals Monday through Thursday, right after school till like 6:30. And tech week was hard, because like that was like on the weekend, and was like going there at 9 and then going back home at like 6 p.m.
Whoa.
And the days leading up to the play, it was like right after school till 9:30. So it was tough, but it was probably one of my best decisions because I got to know so many nice people and so many close friends, and it was a good experience.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into some of the fun stuff. The culture.
The culture.
So, what were some of your favorite American foods?
Publix fried chicken.
Publix fried chicken. Publix fried chicken supremacy. So, yes.
Okay. Was there anything that really surprised you about a life in America? I mean, Alabama. Alabama.
About the life in Alabama. When I landed here with the airplane, there was this guy sitting next to me, and he basically told me his whole entire life story. It was like, "Oh, I'm actually here to visit my family, and my kids, they usually come with me, but they're off to college now, so they don't like to do anything with their parents anymore." And he was just like going on about it, and I was like, he was like, "Oh yeah, I grew up in Birmingham," and I was like, "Well, I grew up in Germany." And he was like, "Oh, what?" And so I told him, "Yeah, I'm doing an exchange year here in Alabama," and he was like, then besides like all the family drama that he told me about, he also told me, "Oh yeah, when I was in high school, we had that German exchange student. I talked to her a couple of times. She's really fun, but I didn't see her after that." And I was like, "All right,
Like,
cool. I know your entire life story now, but you're cool, buddy. You know?"
Okay, so is there something you think Americans often get wrong or don't understand about Germany?
Just like I feel like Americans' knowledge about Germany is definitely not the best. Like the amount of times I got asked if we have cars is insane. Like, guys, I hate to break it to y'all, but we invented cars. Like, like I know y'all think Henry Ford invented them, but he did not. He just made them more affordable. But yeah, it's like
Affordable.
oh, pun intended.
Yup.
But yeah, so that was like crazy to me because like we have the Mercedes factory like literally right around the corner, and like that's a German brand. Hello guys, please. But yeah, so that's strange. Or like the amount of times that like people are like, "What's your American food? Do you like burgers?" And I'm like, "That's German food." Or like, "Are you from Germany?" "Yes." "Do you speak German?" What else am I supposed to speak?
Swahili?
that's really interesting, especially about the food. Now I want to ask you a few questions, kind of like lightning road.
Just say the first thing comes to mind when I ask you these. So, what is your favorite Southern slang word or phrase that you learned over here?
I don't know actually what's like Southern slang or what's just like all over. So one of the things that I use a lot. So when I got to know my best friend, he uses a lot of slang. And he always says the word bed. So I use that too. And then like one day he switched it up to saying word instead of bed. I was like, so we were texting and he responded word. And I was like, question mark, question mark. And he's like, "What do you mean? Word." I was like, "What do you mean? Do we have to have a word? Like, I don't know what I did, but you can just tell me. You don't have to say word." And he was like, "Oh no, you just got me completely wrong. Word is another word for bet." And I kind of started using that a lot a lot. I also told my best friend, if my English teacher in Germany tells me that my English got worse while I was here, it's your fault. I'm gonna tell him it's your fault, because like he got me using all the wrong grammar. Like I'm like, they be talking.
Oh
Like you know how like people say that a lot, and it's like
Yeah.
completely wrong. And now I use that, and my teacher is gonna freak.
To be honest, I only like saw the word online. I didn't actually people use that.
I think it's like, I think word actually got replaced with bet at some point, but my friend just went back to saying word.
Okay, this question have something to do with drinking, like not drinking, but like soda and stuff. But sweet tea or soda?
Soda.
Okay.
So, tell me, what's a word you would use to describe Alabama?
That's a hard one. And we're on the second recording, and I still can find something better than mosquitoes. They're terrible here.
I honestly thought that the mosquitoes in Florida were bad, bro. Like they'll stay on you for like 5 minutes.
But like,
And, like,
we've
the bug
been
would be,
to
like, this
Florida for spring break, and I don't think I've seen a single mosquito. I don't know. Probably because we were at the beach, but
Yeah, there's not that many mosquitoes at the beach. It's more in like suburban waterlogged areas where like there's a whole bunch of
Yeah.
water and it rains a lot. And like yeah.
the mosquitoes here are just crazy. Maybe that's the only word that comes to mind, because I'm just like I just keep itching my arm because I got like 5 mosquito bites
Oh
over
my.
my arm. But yeah, it's tough out here.
Yep.
Speaking of mosquito bite, I got one on my leg from yesterday.
Speaking of another mosquito, more mosquito bites. I have like 2 on my calf.
We're just making the podcast about mosquito bites.
Mosquito bites.
Right.
You should rename this to mosquito bites, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So anyway, you've been here for a while now, so tell me, what would you miss the most when you go back to Germany?
Like in general, I think I would miss the most my little brother. Because I grew up with a big sister. And actually, that's a funny story, because when we were little, my sister, she wanted to have a little brother. She tried she told my parents, like, can you just like bring her back and get a little brother? She tried trading me for a scooter at some point. But yeah, so the first thing when I got my placement, that I told my sister was like, I'm getting a little brother and you don't. So, yeah, he's just a really sweet little boy. My whole host family is like amazing. I'm definitely gonna miss them a lot. And besides that, probably the Publix fried chicken. I'm gonna miss that.
Publix fried chicken for the win. Okay.
What have you learned about yourself during this time?
What I've learned about myself, that so when I decided to do an exchange here, my parents were like, you sure you won't get homesick? And I'm like, you know me, I never got homesick. And like the first night I was here was like such a terrible night. Because like my brain didn't comprehend that I was actually like freaking 6,000 miles from home, till I actually was here. So the first night was kind of tough. I called my dad, and was on the phone with him for like an hour till I finally went to bed. So I guess even if you don't get homesick easily or a lot. You can, in fact, get homesick. But after that, I didn't get homesick at all. So I guess I was still kind of right. But yeah.
Okay, so how do you think your experience here will impact your future?
I think I've definitely became a lot more independent while I was here because like you cannot like ask your parents for like every minor inconvenience like oh the whatever the vacuum is not working, what am I gonna do? Like you just learn to like find your ways around problems and like it's just you have to be a lot more independent to live on another continent, and I'm glad I did that because just like you figure out the way to get around, and it's good, it's fun, and it it teaches you a lot.
Okay, last question. If you could give advice to another exchange student coming to the U.S. the first time, would it be? What would it be?
Talk to all the people that you think are nice, because even if they already have friends, they have friends for a reason, so they are probably nice, and they're not gonna tell you to go away. You can just join the conversation. It's gonna be all right. You're gonna survive, and join activities. It's really nice. It gives you an opportunity to get to know more people and get to know them closer because you see them on a regular and in like a smaller group, so everybody is like kind of forced to interact with each other, and you just like you meet lots of great people, and yeah, I think that's it. And don't be scared of your host family because they are in fact pretty nice.
I have my own question to ask you. If you had the chance to stay here for like let's say a little bit longer than you had, how would you feel?
I would definitely stay here longer. Like Germany is nice, but it's just like a really good experience with like lots of people that are like really nice over here, and it's like a whole different culture, and all the people are different, all the well, even just like the buildings are different.
Yeah.
Like everything's different, and it's like amazing, and yeah, I love it. I would stay here longer. Definitely gonna visit. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it a lot.
Ariel, do you have a question?
And not to think of right.
Oh, okay. Well, I have another question, surprisingly. If you were to compare Alabama and Germany together, what would be one thing that like ties them together?
Thing that ties them together.
It can either be like physical geography, culture, or anything else. I really don't know.
That's hard.
Well,
I can't think of anything. Why can I not think of anything? Like, not anything coming to mind. It's
okay.
lots of
Okay.
differences.
I got one question.
Alrighty.
In my head. If you were to choose Alabama and Germany, which one would you say would be the best? Or not like the best, but like more.
I I don't think like both got their like good sides and both got their like downsides, and both are like pretty amazing. So I don't think I can say like what's better. I got things that I prefer here over Germany, and I got things in Germany that I prefer over here. Like I love the people here and how outgoing they are, and Germany got lots of like pretty places. I mean, Alabama got pretty places, but Germany, it's like castles and parks and just everything everywhere, and it's like the architecture is a lot different, and that's the thing I really like about Germany because I like going out for walks and everything. So that's the thing I like about Germany a lot. But yeah, there's good in both places, and I don't think I can say that I prefer one over the other one. They're just pretty amazing both.
That is very neat.
Well, oh man, thank you so much. I know. Hey, I just want to thank you again for doing this for the second time. Hey, I did not know Germany had castles though. I was very surprised.
Oh, we
about
have
that.
loads of castles.
For real, I would love.
You seriously did not know that?
No, I really didn't because I know they have a lot of castles like in Ireland and England. But when it comes to Germany, you know, anytime you think about Germany, you talk
It's
about.
like you gotta go to Germany.
Yeah, I've been my oldest brother was stationed in Germany because we have a big military base in Germany. So, and everyone, I have a friend just got back from Germany. He was stationed over. He was stationed there for about 4 years now.
Whoa.
Yeah, a little bit longer, and he loves it. Everyone out there say they went to Germany, said they love it. So that's one of my spots I really would like to go.
Gotta go there. Visit the castles that you didn't know of.
What is the? I don't know if you already said this already. What's the food? What's like the most popular food there?
The most popular food, like, are we talking traditional German food or are we talking
Both.
just
Yeah.
the most popular like traditional German food? So growing up, my grandma, she cooks lots of like traditional German, so it's more like the old tradition stuff. I think one of the like kind of like timeless things, like it's kind of like pasta with cheese, but it's like a different kind of pasta. It's called Käsespätzle.
Käsespätzle.
So yeah, it's a special kind of pasta, just cheese, and it's basic, but it's good. I love it. Because I love cheese.
Cheese.
Cheese is amazing.
I think that's why you say.
Just as amazing as Publix fried chicken.
Okay.
And like in general, we have lots of Italian places.
Okay. I can see that,
Lots
yeah.
of pizza, lots of pasta. Well, I guess hamburger are pretty popular. That's German. Even though like America kind of like took that from us.
See, that's one thing I learned today. I did not know that hamburger was like German. I thought that.
Oh, yeah, from the city Hamburg.
It's kind of like,
okay.
yeah, I forgot there was a city called Hamburg.
Oh.
It's kind of like saying French fries are from France, even though they were from Belgium.
I'll see. Learn something new every day. Well,
Boom.
well, thank you so much for doing this the second time again, and then also just hanging out with us, and again, safe travels.
Very
and
safe travels.
We're looking, and hopefully, we will call you sometime. We'll do it. Say, hey, how's everything going over there?
Y'all can just like call me and do another episode with me.
Actually, we definitely will do that. Actually, we'll do that I will put that on our schedule, and we'll
Whoa.
make sure we can do like a video call. We'll do something like that. That sounds like, yeah, we definitely gonna do that, so everyone can know, like, hey, how is she doing over there?
Yeah. Also,
All right.
also,
Yeah.
I might be going to Germany when I'm older, so
Oh,
look for me.
that's somewhere to stay.
I might be bringing some public fried chicken.
So with this experience, y'all think about doing because being an exchange student.
What?
You ever thought about doing it? Because you can be an exchange student or in another country, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely.
I think you would.
It's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Expensive, but amazing experience.
So that's something you should think about. But again, thank you so much, and thank you everyone who has been listening. Thank you for tuning in to Room 214 here at Hayes K8, and we will be pushing out some more podcasts with our students. Thank you again for Ms. Tara Rico and Ms. Ariel Murray, and y'all have an awesome day. We're going.
Tschüss, Elsa.
Cheese.
Bye.